Am I completely crazy for wanting to have a baby with my ex-boyfriend? We have 2 kids who are already teens and all grown up. I've, F36, been thinking about having another baby for years. I've done tests, went to the doctor, and I'm still fertile. It was a cordial split about 10 years ago, but we have remained best friends through it all. One day we were talking and I told him that I wanted to have another baby, and he suggested why don't we do it together. At first I thought he was out of his mind, but after he calmed me down and explained the reality of it, I really came around to the idea. I don't know how the kids will take it, but I don't think they'll react negatively. I already asked them how they would feel if I had a baby via donor, and they liked the sound of that. Having a baby by myself was what I was planning to do, but I trust, love and can stand by my children's father. This is such a crazy idea, but I can't help myself but feel overjoyed. You know, I just thought about a couple more things. How will you feel if he decides to bow out after the baby is born? What if, God forbid, the baby has health issues or disabilities and he doesn't want to deal with it? Can you be okay with that? Just think of any and all possibilities that could arise. I would be very hurt, but I'll manage. It would just be like having a baby with a donor if it turns out that way. Considering how many babies are born without parents around, I don't really see the issue here, because you know you will both be there for child and already have an arrangement. If it's truly both parties not wanting to get back together and you're really on the same page and your kids are chill with it, seems fine. Your kids are a good source of information regarding being raised in this environment. I'd seriously ask them their opinion and listen carefully. I wouldn't plan on dating for a while if you really want to go through with the idea. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure anyone you decide to date in future will reconsider when hearing how the youngest one was conceived. Getting along with you well enough to have another baby with him will be a huge turn off for most men, I would assume. Could be wrong though. I think the main question here is, will this affect your friendship with him? Both parties going to consent to a non-relationship baby making situation? I personally think it's amazing that the father of your first kids doesn't mind helping you make another. It's better than doing it with someone else and complicating your other children's lives with the prospect of a half-sibling with a different dad. I'd say go for it, so long as you both work out the parameters of your friendship/relationship. We talked about how it could affect our relationship, but we've been through many bumps on the road throughout the 17 years we've known each other, and if it comes to that point, hopefully we can work through it and get back where it needs to be. Also considered the half-sibling full siblings bit. I felt very sad when I wanted to have a child by a sperm donor, because I see how well my ex and my kids interact, and I wouldn't have wanted the child to be jealous of that kind of relationship between father-child. Thanks. A 27F chose to be lazy for a couple months. Fiancé 34M says I need to do something. Basically I am on strike because I didn't take trash out for 4 weeks to see if he would. Weeks of trash bags piled up and nothing was taken out. We lived together for 6 years, and the first 2 he would help me cook/clean/buy groceries. I used to jog every night and draw on my free time after work. Since we did all of those things together, everything seemed to get done quicker. Gradually over time he stopped cleaning and cooking, and all his chore was to load washing machine or take garbage out. This led to less and less me time, and I stopped jogging or drawing. Come home every day and just clean/cook. His reasoning was that the house was clean, why even bother? It got to the point now this last year I had to beg him to take trash out or start the washer for me. His promises to do it later left me doing it all. Not once he helped last year. I stopped taking trash out and washing clothes to see how long before he would pitch in. He never did. After 4 weeks of waiting I did it, then told him he had to help. I work full time and contribute my share around here. I shouldn't have to do anything, yet we both work the same job, same hours. He then says this is just to SH anyway. Why do you even care what it looks like? It's just a trailer. So I then decided to stop doing anything and see what happens. Lately he's done nothing but complain that the house is basically living in squalor, that I gave up on my looks and my art. and that I don't seem to want to do anything anymore. Then he says that I need to get healthy again and jog, lose weight, and he complains the house is too messy for him to stand and he shouldn't have to clean up after me since I do any cooking in the kitchen. I made the mess, he expects me to clean it up. Because I don't want to clean or cook, I bought take-home pizza, Hot Pockets and other fast easy stuff, and he's mad. He rather have home-cooked meals, and continues to throw his garbage on the floor, then says I made the mess because I bought all food that has a lot of waste. I am trying to make a point to him that he does not help at all. I want to have a life of my own too. Yes, I gain weight, but I am tired of doing what's responsible on my own, and whenever I talk about going to the gym, he says he won't go with me because he's fit, skinny, and I'm not. Now that I have a belly starting, but his back is starting to go out, and he's had a smoker cough last 3 years, and all he does is sit and game all day. I don't have an issue cleaning, working out, cooking, or groceries. I am just sick and tired of devoting all my time to maintaining not just myself but him too. I don't do all these things because I like it. I do it because it's part of a healthy life. He is completely in denial of any blame here and continues to think it's my fault. He seems completely oblivious, and even when I talk to him about it all, he just throws it back on me or makes excuses or promises that he doesn't keep. I even made an example of him and chose to do nothing for a couple months, and now I'm the criminal. What else am I supposed to do? Edit: I do exercise 20 to 40 minutes, but not for lengths of time like I used to do. Now that I have been on strike, I am trying to get into shape and using this extra time to take care of myself and enjoy my art, hobbies and friends. The issue is that I just want to have a supportive man at home that wants us to succeed and be the guy that used to go to the gym with me and help out at home. He used to do that, and these changes gradually came to this, and I don't know how to get that man back. Edit number 2. Thanks guys for all of your support and thoughts. I think what I am going to do is clean up the house, pack my stuff and stay with my mom for a bit and take a break from this. Going to confront him and telling him why I am going. If he cares or respects me at all, I won't be coming back anytime soon unless he is willing to work as a team again. I've been feeling like it's not just disrespectful to me, but himself. He doesn't take care of himself or his surroundings, nor with me. I think he needs time to reflect on how this has affected the relationship. Either he won't figure it out and I just not come back, or he takes the time to make the relationship better. I am done being miserable around someone who isn't trying. Edit number 3. We have an indoor porch but is not connected to the house, nor is it insulated. With being cold, any food product at all was frozen on the porch. As far as cleaning and packing up, I had meant my stuff. As far as this relationship is concerned, it would take him a lot to get me back. I want to be alone. I am not sure if I'm coming back at all honestly, but it's at least one more thing that I am not being blamed for the relationship failing. And also closure that I did what I could and it didn't work. I do have feelings, but part of me resents how things been. Part of me wanted to be hopeful, but I know I handled it badly, stooped to his level, and another part of me resents the relationship for making me this way. I think we need counseling, and I need to see he can handle on his own. If he can be selfless and do things for others. And like another person said, over a year or years, not weeks, because change is unlikely. Either way, even if I dumped him now, I just want time out of any relationship altogether and work on myself, as I feel this all was a toxic experience. So moving to mom's and getting away for now, or for good, is best. At least get out of the situation and think about long term for myself. Why are with someone who doesn't respect you and treats you like a bang maid? He's mad you gave the same energy back to him and lacks the emotional depth and maturity to reflect on that, and he basically calls you fat. Come on. Edit: words are hard. Why clean the house before you leave? Just leave. Edit: thanks for the award. Who knew such a simplistic response would receive such an award? Are you telling me you wasted how many years to try and demonstrate to this useless meatbag how to be a functional adult, and you gave up your health and hobbies to demonstrate such a thing? Leave the dude, focus on yourself and try make up for all the lost time. Lucky you figured this out before you married him. Is this how you plan to spend the rest of your life? Don't think that marrying him is going to improve the situation. In fact, it will probably get worse. Then add in kids and it just goes downhill from there. Unless you are willing to be a full-time maid for the rest of your life, you need to rethink this situation. And, sad to say, people rarely go back to their better selves. It's not impossible, but it takes them wanting to change very badly. That doesn't sound like this guy, right? I just didn't want to stop believing the man I moved in with was gone. I am taking a break from him and this house and going to mom's. I don't want to jump to dumping him, but if he doesn't make any changes or try to better this at all, then it's over. I just can't waste any more time trying if he isn't making any effort at all. I love him, but he needs to show he cares too. It hurts way too much to deal with anymore. Basically I am on strike because I didn't take trash out for 4 weeks to see if he would. Weeks of trash bags piled up and nothing was taken out. It's over. My BF, 22 meters, is always late. It's driving me, 23F, insane, and I'm worried that I'm coming across like a control freak to him and his friends. Update: thank you so much everyone for all your advice. I've deleted most of the posts as I've realized that there are a lot of specific elements to this which can make me identifiable. Sorry. I've spoken to him about it, and this is the last time I'll do so. I don't think he realizes how late he typically is and how badly it's affecting me. He questioned the 3 hours thing, which admittedly does happen more rarely. Typically it's 1 hour and a half to 2 hours and a half, but that's just detail. I'm still frustrated at the 1 hour thing. Part of me is a little worried he'll check out mentally of the relationship after this conversation. I hope he doesn't, because ultimately, I just want things to change. Too long didn't read. My BF, who lives a 15-minute walk away from me, is typically 1 to 3 hours late and doesn't text to tell me that's the case. My frustration has been exacerbated recently because he doesn't seem to care about the lengths I've gone to make sure we could still see each other safely during the pandemic. He's not late on accident. You don't say that he is late for anything besides visiting you. He is your boyfriend, but you are just this girl he's seeing. I think he's not trapped by making plans, he just doesn't care. If it's a 15-minute walk, he can be there 15 minutes late, max. He's an adult who can handle his own schedule when it comes to everything else. He's not 3 hours late for work all the time. I can picture this conversation happening at his house. Hey man, weren't you going to hang out with your girlfriend today? Hey, I don't really feel like it right now. I'll see how I feel after this game. Nope. I had an ex like this, chronically late by hours. He would never tell me if he was running late. So not only did I waste time prepping for his arrival, but I wasted time waiting on him too. I'm a person who believes that being punctual shows respect for the person who waits for you. Being late by a few minutes is honestly fine, and made even better if there's communication regarding that. Being late constantly by several hours, it's exhausting and frustrating. I grew extremely resentful of my ex. He kept saying he would try to be better without actually trying. Then it got to I felt bad telling you I would be late. Basic bullshit spouted out of someone who can't take accountability for not being a decent human. Felt like I could never count on him for emergencies or to be there when I needed him, even with things that had nothing to do with time. Trust me, it does not get better. People like my ex and your BF thrive on people not putting them in their place and will continue being the way they are until someone tells them off. And even then, they probably won't change. The lack of respect will continue to snowball onto other issues. Ask yourself why your BF can make time and effort for his friends, but clearly not for his relationship. Think about it and realize where you stand in his life and make the decision on what to do. Edit: I feel like we've dated the same person. He would call me being passive aggressive when I was late myself, despite ample communication, and his friends only saw one part of the argument, his side, naturally, so I was the already assumed bad guy in the fight. He was never late, to the same capacity he was for me, with his friends.